it's important to marry these two, to balance the two, that yes, we have energy poverty as we are going to develop our sources, but at the same time be cognizant of climate change because it affects us. And now, just putting our eggs in one basket is dangerous. That brings about the Dutch disease that everybody is talking about. Shiwana made alluded to the Dutch disease. Bemaki in some point of conferences also made the mention to it, say that now because of oil and gas, everybody is going to abandon their Mahangu fields. We don't want to do that, and it has happened. We have seen countries, I don't mean to talk bad, like countries like Nigeria, they have oil and gas in abundance. But I guarantee you, you can enter a lift in Nigeria and you are guaranteed 90% for it to stack. Why? Power issues. They have all the resources to so it is not a solution to everything. Now, what is the role of hydrogen in the oil and gas sector? This is very important to understand. Amid the climate agenda of energy transition, we need to know that Namibia does not live on an island. And Namibia is a child of international solidarity. Namibia do international trade. What does this mean? The Europeans have come up with a mechanism called the CBAM. What does CBAM mean? It means Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. This means that for clients in Europe to buy commodities in Africa, for example, they are going to charge you heavily based on the amount of carbon that commodity carries. It's their law. Do you want to trade with them? Yes. So if you're going to trade with them, it's imperative to make sure that your commodities have low carbon. And this is not the European alone. The CBAM is starting in Q4 already, although the taxation commenced in 2026. So meaning it's already here. So even if we have our oil and gas and we need to trade it, they will judge it based on the carbon content that it has. It's a reality. So you need hydrogen for that, to make sure that the carbon in those products that we are developing is reduced. China and India, they are coming up also with a new legislation that the tax that they give you is equivalent to the CO2 that is emitted, whether in your process or in the commodity that you have reduced. Now, you might look at that poster. At the far end there, it says Total Energies Sustainable Partner. What does that tell you? Total is one of the renowned oil and gas companies. So they are investing in hydrogen. They've transitioned from an oil and gas to an energy company. You can talk of Equinor, you can talk of Petronas, a lot of them. So why is it that we are unable to do it in Namibia? Therefore, the large oil and gas companies, they are the biggest investors in the green industry. Why? They are hedging because they know the industry is in the twilight. So, and we shouldn't be obvious to saying that no, us, we are just going to keep our oil and gas. Excuse me, Madam Commissioner. Now, oil revenue, yes, can subsidize the green industry in order to build new industries. And why am I saying this? What kind of industries is it going to build? One, the synthetic fuels, that is the alternative fuels. When you play soccer, you are told that a run triggers a pass. You need to show that you are running before somebody can give you the ball. You can't just wait for somebody to give you the ball. So meaning the industry is moving. So we need to move and create industry. We might not have vehicles currently using methane or ethane or ships that are using that. But we need to create already so that those can come. All right? Fuels, aluminium smelting, zinc smelting, steel, big iron. All these are industries that can come from the green economy. Now, what does this mean? It means different factories. In the Ludres, you have the oil, you have the green hydrogen, you have the steel production. This means we have new products, we have diversification of export sources, we have new jobs, direct and indirect, and we have new revenues. You are diversified. Now, look at what has happened. Currently, we have about 63 Namibian people at master's level that have been trained in oil and gas. 63 since 1993. I'm taking out undergraduates. Those people, almost all of them are recruited, except maybe for 3. So if we are going to say that oil and gas is going to recruit a lot of people, where are those people going to come from? Secondly, to quantify that, green hydrogen, we gave out scholarships, 90 of them, to prepare for the industry. Why? Because we need to build capacity for Namibia. This oil and gas industry, I'm a trained petroleum reservoir engineer. They take place offshore Namibia. They don't recruit a lot of people. But the green economy, because it's on land, the number of people will be recruited is a lot. Deva, with your permission, let me just run through quickly. All right. So that's the point that I wanted to say, that with the green economy is helping NASAF, is helping Petrofund. Petrofund is doing their part, NASAF is doing their part. The green energy also can do their part by educating and also creating jobs. So I will skip through the case studies of where hydrogen is used. Hydrogen is being used for blending natural gases. Why? It increases overall efficiency because hydrogen burns hotter than the methane, but also reducing the emissions. This, you can use hydrogen. It has presented us with an opportunity to make sure that even if we have assets for oil and gas, they will not end up being stranded because you can still reuse them for the hydrogen economy. I'll skip about the carbon capture. And we can use the hydrogen to power the offshore platforms for the oil and gas to reduce the carbon emissions. Remember when I talked about the CBAM? So that when we trade our oil, it has less carbon content. It's still the same. In the refineries, hydrogen is used in the refineries to lower the sulfur content so that our petrol or our diesel has lower content of lead or sulfur, hence environmental friendly. But never I'm not doing justice to my presentation. So the last but not least, this one is very important and the commissioner can attest. There is what we call enhanced oil recovery. So this oil that has been discovered, it can be taken out in different forms, whether natural, drive, or enhanced oil mechanism. Natural drive, it means with the natural pressure, the oil will be removed, but there will become a point where the pressure is low. You can use hydrogen to inject in those fields to uplift or to help the field perform. I would like to end by this slide of saying that as much as there are also benefits that have been highlighted in the oil and gas, there are those that are also in the green industry. So I want to leave you with this slide as in what is really the end goal of this green industry. The end goal for the green industry that it gives us opportunity to create primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Why is this important? So far, we have just been stuck in the primary sector, whereby we just dig up things and we sell them. We dig up things and there's no beneficiation. They don't give value to us. But with the green industry, we are presented with an opportunity whereby when we move in the secondary, we start making things. We have lithium-ion batteries, batteries for the energy transition, and then the tertiary where we are able to trade these commodities. So we will control the whole value chain to become the energy hub of Africa.